Hey, what's up, guys? Richard here, and I'm here with one of our favorite clients, Luke Mardigian. Luke, how you doing today, man?
I'm feeling cloud nine. I can tell you that much, Richard.
I know, man. You just posted in our private community some big wins on the board you've been getting. So let's jump right into it, man. We'd love to hear a little bit about your experience. So tell us a little bit, man, about some of the problems you were facing before you became an Unleashed client that kind of led you to us.
Yeah, so a lot of it was just the fact that I don't know what I don't know,
Mm,
right? We had this conversation where you'd ask questions like, so what do you think the problem is there? And I'm like, I don't know. And that's the problem, is I don't know what I don't know.
mm,
And so really what Unleashed and working with you has done is allowed me to go down this journey of self-discovery where I've been able to finally put words into what my actual issues are
mm,
so that I can work towards some type of viable solution, or at least identify what it is and kind of put it to the side.
mm,
Um, and so the main issue that I had was I didn't know what I didn't know. In addition to that, a lot of it was, I would say, I was lying to myself,
mm,
right? Like we're in our strategy session and my team comes in and interrupts the team or interrupts our meeting, like with not like a sorry or excuse me, just walks in and like interrupts it. And that's happened. That had been happening, but I was just lying to myself that it was a problem. Like I didn't want to address that it was an issue.
mm.
And there was probably about a dozen things like that where I just would not acknowledge that it existed. And I was forced to face them and the pain associated with fixing them.
Mm. Well, man, that's so good. Yeah, I think that's a common thread among a lot of clients is when you get stuck in the work, like you, and you actually achieve some level of success, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of motion, but I think the rapid pace of your business actually keeps you from being objective and actually seeing the problems. It's much easier, I think, as you put it one time, to just keep the wheels on the bus than it
Yep.
is to kind of pull over and fix the root issues.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what, there I was, right, running a $4 million a year insurance agency. By all measures, I should just be happy with where I'm at.
Mm,
Right. But that's not how I'm cut. That's not how other unleashed CEOs are cut.
mm,
And it's not good enough to just keep the wheels on the bus. It needed to be a bus with a 72-inch flat screen and some strobe lights, and it's going to be a party, And I didn't think it was possible because I thought it just was what it was, right? That dysfunction was normal, that it's okay. It's just like your family. It's never going to be perfect. Not realizing that really it was all stemming out of me not living in congruency with my identity
mm.
and who I was created to be.
Man, that's so good. So I think, man, one of the things that has been a big breakthrough for you has been getting clear on two things. And I'd love for you to elaborate on these, but one has been operating from a place of leadership and identity within your business, which I think was a big revelation, a big breakthrough, changed the way you operated. So we'd love to hear about that. Also, a big breakthrough, I think, has been launching an online arm to your business, right? That's more adaptable and creating another revenue engine for your business that actually fuels you. And I know a lot of our clients and people who are kind of watching on the sidelines probably have that same thing where like their current business is a little bit of a vampire for their energy, but they have all these other dreams in the heart they want to launch. So talk a little bit about your experience of as an Unleashed client simultaneously being able to kind of correct and stabilize what's happening with your regular business and how that's actually empowered you to now to create this whole other online, more flexible, and more impact driven stream of income in your business.
Yeah, so I'll address that first one. The main issue that I had was I was being everybody's friend,
Mm,
right? Like I care about humans. They have this incredible value because of just the fact that they actually are beings. They have souls. They bring joy and sorrow and all the fun of the emotional human experience. And I love people so much that I was everybody's friends, and that's including my team, and that's including clients. And so, it was funny. We watched some game film on one of my sales calls together, you and I, and you pointed out like, whoa, you just went into peer mode there. And I had no clue. I thought I was connecting with people, which I probably was. I was connecting with them and building friendship instead of leading them.
Mm.
And so now whether I'm talking to my team or I'm talking to clients, I'm taking the leadership role. I'm the doctor diagnosing the problem and prescribing solutions from my professional experience and knowledge.
Hmm.
And that's a totally different paradigm shift from, let me just become really good friends with you. And if we're close enough friends, you'll probably like me and you'll follow me and you probably listen to most of what I do if you're on my team, or you're a client and you like me enough that you might buy from me. And it just set me up for this massive failure, because inevitably someone's gonna be like, I really like you, but I'm not gonna buy from you.
Mm.
It was because they didn't respect me as a leader, not because they didn't like me as a friend. In order to effectively lead, I've discovered they have to respect me,
Mm.
not like me. And that paradigm shift has changed everything in the past month in both businesses.
That's so good, man. Tell me about the results you've seen in both businesses. And if you can get specific, what results have you seen? We're not even halfway through our process yet. We're not even, we're really only like a quarter way. You've been in the program for 3 weeks. So this is crazy, the results we've seen. But talk about the results, the traction, the momentum, and even some of the physical and financial results you've seen in both your agency and in this new consulting online arm that we've launched together. What have been the tangible results you've seen so far from these shifts?
Yeah, so my team went from, for some reason we had a dip in production at the beginning of the year, and their production went down almost 60%.
Hmm.
And in the past month, they've gone back to their original production, but they're all working less.
Hmm.
And it's because I'm now taking them through the same process that you took me through.
Hmm.
And they're all getting re-energized. They were all in their own way discouraged and burnt out, and suddenly they feel like themselves, and they're happy to get on calls, and they're excited to take care of business. And then on the consulting arm, I mean, it was a little rough at the beginning because I wasn't used to your sales script, because it's actually effective, because it actually helps people. It's not just like, hey, you're my friend, let's be friends. And the first 4 or 5, it was just me kind of fumbling through it. And then we got on a coaching call and you narrowed me in. And since then, we've had 5 yeses, which is about $20,000 in revenue. Now, that's not, for a lot of people, it is life changing. It's a significant sum of money, even in my world. But the big thing is, if that's the type of revenue I can bring in just on a monthly basis, I can now take all the money I was taking from my insurance agency and use that money to go hire someone to run that
Hmm.
full time and implement systems and ideas that I didn't have the time or the energy to do.
Hmm.
So now my insurance agency, looking out 6-12 months, is finally in a position where it can use capital to get more talent in, free me up to go do the things I love, which is coaching and developing, being a spiritual father, empowering people, providing, protecting them, giving them purpose. And I at the very least, I'm breaking even. Like, I'm making the same amount of money as I was before, but I'm doing what I love. I think it's just going to continue to grow because I barely scratched the surface. So I think it's going to get to the point where my revenue on the consulting arm is going to match my revenue on the insurance agency, and I won't be working nearly as much on the actual agency in the business.
Unbelievable, man. That's the
Yeah,
goal.
dude,
That's
it's great.
that's really what we do, man. That's the essence of what we love to do is helping impact driven business owners like you really become free to do what you love. The only way to do that, the path to that, is having the right aligned strategy and vision, operating from a place of identity and congruence with that, and then building your systems and team around you as a leader to support you where you're weak, and to own the parts of the business that are not in your zone of genius, so that you can truly be who you're created to be and make the biggest impact there while also loving life.
Yes, well, I felt like I was hiding for so long.
Mm.
Like I felt like I was Superman, and like I know I have an S underneath my suit and tie, but I have no idea how to get the suit and tie off.
Mm.
And what Unleash allowed me to do is to get the suit and tie off, step into my superpower, which is coaching and empowering people to do what I've already done. And I'm not working any more than I was before. If anything, I'm working less because everything I do on my consulting arm supports my insurance agency.
Hmm.
So my consulting is building both businesses at the same time. and I'm generating more revenue. It's
So
nuts.
awesome.
It almost sounds like a fairy tale, like it doesn't exist. It sounds too good to be true, but it's my real life. Like this is actually happening to me.
I love that, man. That's so powerful. So last thing, man, before we close this is if somebody was considering becoming an Unleashed client, but like you, they were a little bit worried about, making the investment or investing the time, maybe like, man, I've tried things in the past. Like you said, you've invested tens of thousands of dollars with other coaching programs before that didn't really get you the results you were looking for. Somebody was in that same position. What would you tell them?
There are a million programs out there. There's a lot of people who are really good at what they do. The working with Richard is unlike any of those. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on programs. I've traveled around the world to meet with mentors. Um, the biggest difference is that the Unleashed team actually cares about me. They care about the little detail, the thing that I'm sweating, that I'm unsure of, that doesn't quite feel right. And it's not just a program that I have to take myself through and hope someone's going to answer a question on the forum, or maybe somebody will get back to me in 2 or 3 weeks. It's a living process that they go through with you that leads to transformation of, it's led to my transformation internally, but also transformation of my business to where I don't feel like I'm alone in the process. So many CEOs just feel, I did forever, I have this issue and I don't have anyone to call. I have a mentor, I have coaches all over the place, but none of them care enough about the little details to help me through those things that help me move the big boulders of my life.
Wow, man. Well, it's been such an honor, man, watching your transformation only 3 weeks into this journey. We can't wait to see you scale to the moon and beyond to Jupiter, as I think you put it. And Luke, such an honor serving you and growing your business. And hey, if you're watching this and you too have a existing business that you need to stabilize, simplify, and really learn how to operate as a leader so that you can scale that, while also maybe simultaneously being able to have the time freedom and the resources to launch some of the other impact-driven dreams in your heart, man, maybe Luke's story could be true for you too. So reach out to us. We'd be happy to hop on a call with you and help you determine if it's a good fit. We'll tell you that honestly. We turn quite a few people away who aren't. And so we can't wait to talk to you soon and see the dream in your heart unleashed and help you live the Unleashed CEO lifestyle where you're free to do what you love. Thanks, Luke, for taking the time with us today.
You're welcome, Richard. Thank you for everything.
Oh, man.